People often see the acquisition of knowledge in black and white terms. A person either grasps a new concept or does not. We say that a person gets it when he or she demonstrates understanding of new material, as though the material in question is a tangible object to be picked up and appropriated by learners. Such an outlook yields a very limited perspective of the process of learning, and divides students into two camps, one that gets it and one that does not. This mentality does not reflect my philosophy as an educator. Instead, I allow for a third camp of students, one that is usually quite substantive. It consists of learners who are getting it, and who require support as they progress toward fully mastering new content. The model of learning that best matches my philosophy is scaffolding. This model of instruction is practiced in most K-12 schools, and particularly in my field of interest, which is tutoring and non-formal education. Scaffolding allows educators to guide students from one milestone to the next, as they come to master literacy, mathematics, critical thinking, and so on, in a series of attainable steps. This approach to education not only encourages students to maintain a steady pace of learning that accommodates individual strengths and shortcomings, but it reinforces small successes and prevents students from feeling overwhelmed by unrealistic expectations to master large concepts in one fell swoop. Scaffolding also gives students the opportunity to make discoveries alone and direct the course of their own education. Once an individual reaches the outer limits of his or her zone of proximal development, it is the role of an educator to provide assistance and facilitate continued progress. As an educator who employs scaffolding as a model of instruction, I have frequently witnessed students moving well past their zones of proximal development, with only limited support from myself. When planned carefully, successive stages of a course of study can be connected in intuitive ways that foster natural student growth and enable learners to connect the dots between various learning outcomes. In addition to embracing scaffolding as a method of instruction, I bring an attitude into my work as an educator that exemplifies the principles of positive psychology. As someone who takes a special interest in tutoring and non-formal education, I have seen firsthand the outcomes of encouraging students and commending them for their hard work. The truth is that not everyone is naturally versed in academia, and having a high level of motivation is especially critical for those who struggle to achieve academic success. I pride myself in taking this approach, and keeping in mind that while students may wish to achieve high grades, they are much more than a series of test scores, and should never be undermined as individuals, whose education is merely a stepping stone toward future accomplishments. In a nutshell, my philosophy of teaching and learning denounces the idea that students either get it or do not. Scaffolding allows students to make steady progress toward mastering new content, resulting in ongoing learning, indeed a state of students getting it. This teaching strategy is complemented by praise and encouragement, as they have been proven to greatly benefit student motivation and success. Keeping those tenets of my teaching philosophy in mind, I am confident that students in my charge will have the support that they need to realize their potential and achieve academic success.